Hello dear students, welcome back to Amazing World of Science, and today we are continuing with the second lesson of science from class 10 NCERT. So already we have started the second lesson, and we were discussing so many topics about acid, bases and salts, and today we will start with another concept like how do metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates react with acids. Okay, so for that you have to do a small activity, that is we are taking two test tubes A and B, and what have you got to do after that? You take about 0.5 gram of sodium carbonate, that is Na2CO3 in test tube A, and 0.5 gram of sodium hydrogen carbonate, that is NaHCO3 in test tube B. See, what is the difference between sodium carbonate and sodium hydrogen carbonate? One hydrogen atom will be here additional. Okay, then after taking these two substances you have to add 2 ml of dilute HCl to both the test tubes. So what can you see when you add HCl to the test tube? See here we have got the arrangement. See that is the test tube which is this is the test tube A, and it is closed with 2 hole cork, and here we have got a thistle funnel, and this is a delivery tube, see, and this is sodium carbonate in test tube A. Now after passing, see, dilute hydrochloric acid is added, then what can you see? As you know, we can see that once this reaction takes place, we will see the equations for what is happening. See, test tube A, what did you have in test tube A? It is Na2CO3 sodium carbonate. What happened when HCl is added to sodium carbonate? So, Na and Cl will combine, that is sodium chloride plus water plus carbon dioxide gas will be evolved. Fine. So, we are getting 3 products, NaCl, H2O and CO2. Now, same thing, what happens with sodium hydrogen carbonate plus HCl? You get NaCl, that is the same, H2O plus CO2. Okay, then on passing the carbon dioxide gas, see, which you get here over lime water, what will happen? What is lime water? It is calcium hydroxide, CaOH2 twice. So when carbon dioxide is passed through lime water, you know lime water will turn milky. Milky means milk in color, like white precipitate is formed, which is calcium carbonate, and water are the products. Okay. So on passing the carbon dioxide, which you get in this reaction over lime water, which is calcium hydroxide, you get a white precipitate of calcium carbonate and water. So you have to learn all these equations. So whenever you might be asked to complete the equations and questions based on this. Now what happens here, that is on passing excess carbon dioxide, the reaction taking place, see, again, see, when you get CaCO3 in the previous reaction, you pass more carbon dioxide. See, CaCO3 plus H2O plus more carbon dioxide is formed, you get a precipitate CaHCO3 twice, it is calcium bicarbonate, which is soluble in water. So limestone, chalk, marble, these are all different forms of calcium carbonate. Okay. So all metal carbonates and hydrogen carbonates will react with acid to give corresponding salt, carbon dioxide and water. Remember, these are the 3 products formed, that is salt, carbon dioxide and water. So how can you say the reaction like this? Metal carbonate or hydrogen carbonate plus acid will give you salt, carbon dioxide and water. 3 different products are formed. Hope you understood this reaction well. Now let us see how acids and bases react with each other. So for that you take 2 ml of dilute NaOH solution in a test tube and add little phenolphthalein solution. You know phenolphthalein is an indicator. It's light purple, pinkish in color. Now you add some HCl solution to this drop by drop and see if there is any color change, and why did the color of phenolphthalein change after adding acid. And now again you add little NaOH, sodium hydroxide. So when you added in the previous step HCl solution, the pink color of phenolphthalein will vanish because of the presence of the acid, but again when you add base the pink color will reappear. So, we will see the equations for this reaction. See here in this reaction the effect of a base is always nullified or cancelled by an acid and vice versa. So, how can you write the reaction? NaOH plus HCl will give you NaCl plus H2O, and the reaction between the base and acid will give salt and water. So, what do you call such reactions? We call these reactions a neutralization reaction, that is the reaction between an acid and a base to give salt and water is called neutralization reaction. So, generally as I already told you, we can write a neutralization reaction like base plus acid will give you salt plus water. Okay. Now, we will see one more topic. What happens when metal oxide react with acid? So, for that you take a small amount of copper oxide in a beaker, add little dilute hydrochloric acid and slowly stir it. Okay. That is, you are adding little bit of dilute hydrochloric acid on top of copper oxide. So, what will happen? That is, the color of the solution becomes blue green and the copper oxide will dissolve. What is the blue green color of the solution? That is due to the formation of copper chloride in the reaction. So, the general reaction between a metal oxide and an acid can be written as, when you add acid to metal oxide, we will get the corresponding salt and water. Okay, so what all reactions did you learn today? Firstly, we saw the reaction occurring between sodium carbonate and HCl. You got 3 products, NaCl, H2O and CO2, and again sodium bicarbonate with HCl giving NaCl, H2O and CO2. So, the carbon dioxide which was evolved in the reaction is passed through lime water, that is CaOH twice, plus CO2 gives CaCO3 plus H2O, calcium carbonate plus water. Then again if you add more carbon dioxide to CaCO3 and H2O, you get calcium bicarbonate which is soluble in water. Okay, then metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate plus acid will give you salt and carbon dioxide. These 2 products are formed. Now again we saw that an acid and base will generally cancel out the effect of each other, which is called neutralization reaction, that is the effect of the acid or base is cancelled mutually. Now, base plus acid will give salt and water. Now, we saw the reaction of metal oxides with acid, like metal oxide plus acid will give salt and water. So, these are the basic reactions of chemistry. So, you have to be thorough with the basic concepts, only then at an advanced level you will be easily able to understand the subject, and further on you will be having so many chemical equations and all that. So, if you know the basics clearly, then you will know what all products are formed. Okay. So, we will learn little by little or else you will be finding it difficult. So, this is all for today, and do like, share and subscribe to our channel Amazing World of Science, and for some more such videos you keep watching regularly. Thanks for watching the video.